Two bargains from the hamfest, $2 each. Let's have a closer look. The item on the left is a mysterious black box. Two BNC sockets, a few little screws and things on the outside, but no power socket. Not even a speaker or microphone connection. What could it possibly be? Well, there's a sticker you might be able to see. Microwave modules, 432 megahertz varactor. Well, that's a little bit of a help. Then on here is a label, RF input. Doing some searching of Microwave Modules products, and we saw that they made a lot of transverters, frequency tripplers, and other accessories to get you onto 432 and 1296 megahertz bands. There's not a lot inside, but I looked up various Microwave Modules products and found it was likely an MMV 432, a frequency tripler. You'd put 2 meters in and you'd get coming out 70 centimeters out, 144 to 432 megahertz. Looking up a little bit more, we see that this element here is the varactor diode, and it's a high power one. You could put 20 watts in here, and apparently it was about 50% efficient, so you could get about 10 watts output. That could get you started on 70 centimeters, at least for CW and FM. I think it was intended for use with amateur satellites that had 70 centimeter linear translators, and you could use a mode like CW and be able to have contacts hearing your signal coming back from the satellite on 2 meters. Anyway, having a look inside, not a lot, just tuned circuits. These ones look like for 2 meters. Then bigger coil here, another one, just a very small loop. And these are piston trimmer capacitors. Now if you look up varactor tripler circuits, you can see they typically have some tuned circuits at this end, at the input end, around 2 meters. Out here at the output end on 70 centimeters. In between here is a series tune trap, which I think is used to tune out the harmonic of 288 megahertz. That's the second multiple of 144, and you'd be getting that on the output, which you don't want. It's a spurious signal, so yeah, I think that's the purpose of this series tuned circuit. So you've got tuned circuits that you align for 2 meters, the unwanted signal at 288, and the desired signal at 432. So with this little thing, you can get onto 432 megahertz, and for receiving, you could use a receive converter to step it down to either 144 or 28 megahertz. There seems to be a crack here, so yep, could be some problems with this piston trimmer. That's the first item. Now they also have a similar 23 centimeter tripler. There's 432 going in and 1296 going out, and it seems to be in a similar size box. So I don't know, there might be potential to convert this to a 23 centimeter type. You might have to drill some holes and put the trimmer capacitors elsewhere in the box, and you'd have to completely change all the tuned circuits. But that is a possibility. Right here is this tested and working portable receiver. It's got 4 bands, shortwave, longwave, medium wave and FM. And it's apparently a TVN MD81157 receiver. And on the bottom it's got Median Australia help desk. Now Median is a brand of stuff sold by Audi stores, so that's where this receiver may have come from. It didn't have a battery case lid, and also you might be able to see the spring here was missing, so I had to stick a bit of aluminium foil in here, and then there's a nut right here, and with that I was able to get some sound out of this receiver. I looked up the model number and was able to find an instruction manual. Of most interest to me was the shortwave band, and I found that it covered from about 5.9 up to 18 megahertz. So for amateur bands that covers 40, 30 and 20 meters. The tuning step is 5 kilohertz, but if you press the fine tune button down here, you can get 1 kilohertz increments. If you do want to receive SSB, then you will need a beat frequency oscillator. That's just a little signal source. It can either be at the receiver's intermediate frequency, or, as I prefer to do, at the receiving frequency that you're monitoring. Now, the problem with the last approach is you do need to change the frequency of both the receiver and the beat frequency oscillator if you want to tune in a CW or SSB station. Well, that's pretty good. Just on the telescopic rip, we're getting WWV on 15 megahertz. Is that you can scan the band and there's no chugging. Right, we'll see if we can find some amateur activity. As well as the Nano VNA, I could instead use a oscillator I built with a 3.58 meg ceramic resonator. There it is now, and we'll see if we can resolve this SSB signal. Oh, that's even stronger. Let's try this one.
Australia, you'll be able to see what's going on. It's been beautiful down here. We haven't any rain for a couple of days. And only a light sprinkle when we got been forward, pretty much been forward. 21 Friday, 23 today. So really quite unusual weather for this time of year, Adrian, over. Running 400 watts.
That's running into my total. So that's what I'm running here. I do have ICOM 7300 and I've got an old Yaesu as well.
And I've got plenty of homemade radios too that I've built over the years. And just about to get another one on the air. Just because I like tinkering with electronics there, Nobby. but your trailer sounds really good. Hopefully you got a picture of it on your QRZ page, and we can have a look at it. It sounds fantastic. I work the bicycle mobiles over on the west coast. So, I can imagine your portable thing is a sort of a big version of one of those, Nobby. All right, I'll let you go, and you have a great morning, and hopefully the scouts don't throw you out too early. G0, Victor, Juliet, Golf, VK2, UGB. Thanks for the call, Nobby.
Not very strong, but you can just hear the G0.
IFN3 Charlie Lima Echo, this is VK4 Yankee Sugar.
A bit of veg, and the pie was massive. I was expecting to see a couple of horns sticking out of it, you know what I'm on about. That desperate dancing, but big pies, huge. And I really enjoyed it, and it's pretty cheap meals.
Showing her what he did over 12 months ago, the little rat bag, and now she started to do it. All good. Dear. WX is overcast today. Light shower of rain. Overnight. So it should look like a minimal change. But I would think, guys, maybe you can consider it a vertical, maybe. So otherwise, no much figures will change. So I'm looking short later on, and you can let me know what kind of different days, you know.
Because I had a business in Launceston, and I used to go over there every second week.
And it was said earlier on this afternoon, a lot of people, Roger, have never really seen the country and fallen in love with it.
So that's our Hamfest bargains. $2 each for some items that, I don't know, might get some use, maybe not. If there's anything you've got from a Hamfest for $2 or even less, then let me know in the comments below. Definitely worth going to Hamfests and checking the boxes under the tables. You never know what you might find.